talk, you know, and then they're using terms and that they don't have no understanding about, you know. So just allow that religious talk and allow this spiritual system thing, because at the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of contradiction in a lot of stuff, you know. So let's deal with let's just deal on foundations of genetics, you know. Let's just deal with foundation of genetics. Who that?
What you saying?
Who that wanna jump in?
My boy still, my boy. What you telling me? Where you at?
Who that Max Fit?
With the family, yeah?
Yo, we're out here.
Yeah, man, we're just speaking about generational curses, man, breaking all that stuff. You feel me?
Yo, Max Fit.
Yeah. Talking about the way the young boys are on the road doing the fuckery.
Yeah,
talking
man.
about how, you know, a lot of the young ladies are degrading themselves. You know,
we're talking about breaking generational curses, Match Fit, boy.
And also,
yeah, no, I've been following still. I've been following. Yeah, it's just a mad one, innit? It's just.
So, what do you think my generational curse is? Yeah, what I'd say my generational curse would be.
No, if anything, cuz tell him to jump on this
one.
Yeah.
Alright, bro.
Eazi Herbs thing.
Join my boys Eazi Herb one, innit?
And you can jump in if you want to jump in. Live.
So type in Eazi Herbs, Eazi_Herbs, follow him, and then
you can jump onto
join it, innit? Yeah, because obviously there's 2 lives going on right now, innit? So a bit of a mad one. I just buy the blocks, isn't it?
Yo, yeah, man, Max, what you saying though, cuz
Nah,
yeah, it's in the block, innit?
Obviously, man said anyone want to jump in.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, talk more, so it's good, didn't it? We just jump in. But I like the question Donnie just asked real pain. Like, what do you think your generation? Well, that's a mad one. Still.
Yeah, because he's you man's age, innit? He's you man's age, innit?
Okay.
But what I'd answer that.
Real question there. You got an answer for that?
I will answer that. What I'll say is my generational curse is beef. Is fear. Is miseducation, is broken relationship, bro. The same things you had to deal with in your generation is the same thing I have to deal with, but differently.
Yeah, nah, hear you.
Do you get what I mean?
Family, that's it. Like you say, like dysfunctional families, miseducation.
Yeah.
It's a community thing. We all got the same story.
Yeah, bro.
But most of us won't really want to even acknowledge that. In a real way, like i.e. we'll say it, but we'll move like it had no effect. You see the problem, I think the main problem is we don't want to acknowledge the consequences of our history and really deep it. And what I mean by that isn't what they do, I mean what's done to us, you get me? What it's really done to man, like internally, fam, you know, like that. Man's really been affected, fam. Do you know, like that?
But obviously,
but it's a conversation that is deep, and it's quite tiring to have to for me personally, man, because
You know what I would do then? You know, with a man like you, cause for me it's so multi-level, even on the dietary level. On the dietary level, like I tried to break this down to my mum one time, and she can't stand it. My mum's a nurse, my dad was a doctor, so they've been dealing with health their whole life. But I try to break this down to my mum. You see the way we eat out in Africa. Now I'm only from one place in Africa, and I'm from Uganda. But generally throughout Africa, Dr. Sebi broke it down. We eat the same. It's basically blood and starch. You get me?
Okay.
They're like cassava, rice, potato.
Protein. You mean protein and starch?
But I say blood and starch like Sebi said it, innit?
Okay.
It's just meat, and fucking starch, innit? Rice and cheap starches like that, you get me?
Yeah.
The cheap ones and that, And essentially, particularly us Africans, that all humans are really plant-based animals. We're fundamentally herbivores, fundamentally. But we are particularly herbivores because the history of humankind, all other races, all other races are part Neanderthal. You understand? They're all part Neanderthal. They mixed at one time back in the history. The only pure 100% Homo sapiens sapien that's modern human is the black African.
We're gonna talk about that. That's gonna be another topic though, bro. Cause yeah, we can build on that. I'm gonna have my brother hopefully, but I will definitely jump on that because there's another species as well that there's about 3 species that the other races are intertwined with as well. You know.
This is true. This is true.
So we speak about another one.
Yeah. The main one, yes, the Denovisians.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. So it's a Neanderthal sapien. Yeah. But the point I'm making is that out of all the races on the planet now, like everyone is human. Don't get me wrong. Everyone is still majority human, but only black people are the most. And we are the most plant-based for that reason. So we are the most out of our lane when we're eating meats and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to explain to my mum now, because this is like, it's kind of unscientific, but it is scientific. Because if you kind of look at Africans like me, and Africans, first generation Africans, born in Africa that were raised up here, you can look at us and you can see that we're slightly different to the same guy that was born the same month as me, but grew up over there. You can see how having different kind of nourishment has grown us different. Now, if you look across Africa, you can just see in the frame, you can just see it. Yeah. There's certain ways you can see that essentially what I'm saying is the way we eat ain't for us.
Yep.
The whole of Africa.
Let me give you a question as well. Let me give you a quick question. I just want to give you a question because we're going to speak about it, but I don't want you to touch on it too much because there's a lot, bro, match it. There's a lot that we can speak about. But I'm just going to give you some heads up because not a lot of people, that, you know, when we come to genetic mutations,
Yes.
And environmental mutations.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think if we was to be eating one thing for tens of thousands of years, do our body adapt to this one thing that was that? Does it mutate into it being acceptable and used as nutrients after 1,000 years of use eating the same thing? Would you say that could happen in your genetics?
Adaptation is 100% gonna happen over time.
Yeah.
What you're asking is kind of common sense. It's 100% gonna. Everything changes. First of all, things change. This is the nature of things. Adaptation is gonna occur because everything changes. The planet changes. The continents change. Everything's in movement all the time. Yeah. So what you're saying is it has to happen.
Yeah.
So if you're eating one thing for like something that's bad for us, like for example meat, because there's I
get what you're getting at. So go on, let me answer it. So I get exactly what you're saying, but what it is how quick you do it. Me, I changed my diet, over a 4 year process. I went from completely meat eater and eating everything trash to plant-based and eating very clean now, right? If I do that very quickly, if I did it overnight, I'd have bare stomach problems, innit?
Yeah.
You know that, innit?
Yeah.
But if I do it gradually, it's almost, I don't even notice it. Do you get it?
Yeah.
It's the same principle with the thousands of years. If you introduce something that you're fundamentally is bad for you, there's nutrition in it, but fundamentally the way that organism has evolved, it isn't designed really to get the nutrition from that.
Yeah.
And they completely are opposite ends, and then you try to live off of that, they're going to degrade. Boom. The organism is going to degrade. But if it's not really meant for you, but there is nutrition in it, and it's just not so bad that it won't kill you, the body will have time to adapt. The organism over the time, it will adapt in some ways. But what I'm saying is fundamental. But if the thing is fundamentally not meant for you, even though the body will adapt and try and survive off of it, fundamentally it will be bad in the long run.
Yeah, okay.
Case in point, Neanderthals have the same ancestor as Homo sapiens humans, modern humans.
Yeah.
But because they had to become meat eaters, because they was trapped in the ice, they had to become meat eaters. There was no fruits. There was no fruits and veg and all of these things there. They had to become meat eaters and they become savage. They was big and strong hunters. 99.9% blood eaters. You understand? They killed carnivorous, cannibalists. That's what the genetics have found. They've studied the Neanderthal bones of it and they found these men were 100% predators, killers, big, strong predators. You understand? Because they had to be. even though their ancestors were plant-based, there weren't no plants in the ice. You understand? So they had to eat meat to survive. You understand? So this is where I'm saying that most other people, they're more accustomed to meat because they have that genetic connection to meat. But fundamentally, their design was plant-based. So what started happening, if you do the studies, you'll see Neanderthals were dying out. They was on the way to extinction, not because of the weather. They had adapted to the weather. But fundamentally, they have a lot of genetic malfunctions. They're prone to genetic disease and malfunctions. They basically got weak genes. So what I'm saying is, the way they had to adapt, a certain way to survive in the ice, yeah? And that was become eat meat. Now the body adapted again, and it made it so stronger. It changed the whole habitual way of moving so it could survive and eat meat and become a predator and killer. But fundamentally, the fundamental way the organism was designed to function, it couldn't function like that. So fundamentally, unhealth started coming, and they was on the way out. Now I could break down the whole story, what they say about what happened with the Neanderthals, but fundamentally, they was on the way to extinction anyway. They had a lot of genetic mutations that were regressive.
Definitely. We leave that for another convo because I want to go definitely go deep on that.
It's a big topic.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
That people avoid. Bro, I live in Oxford, so they're scientists, yeah. So I was talking to a geneticist one time, yeah, that studies all of these things, yeah. So it's 100% facts that is the source of race, bro. You get me? The mixing of the beast. People just say it's because humans went over here and got lighter. It's really not. It's literally the mixing of these human species.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
And that's where the race came from. And fundamentally, so if you really study this, then you really understand, like where the warish mentality comes from.
I agree with that.
Not to sound racist, but since them man popped on the scene about 7,000 years ago, war, fam. That's what they do, fam. Not in a bad way. I'm talking history, fam.
You know that's true too as well, Match.
It's war, fam. You know, like
it's been war between the Homo sapiens and the Neanderthals. That's a fact. That's not it.
Bro, do you know what actually went down? This is how it actually went down. When Neanderthals finally bucked humans, yeah, when the ice wall come down, it's like Game of Thrones, fam. I swear, Game of Thrones, somebody studied this and it made Game of Thrones based off of this story. But when the wall came down, when the ice pushed back and Neanderthal bucked the humans, Neanderthals was on smoke, fam. They was hunting humans for fun, eating, man. And they studied it. They studied it geographically, and they understand that there's ways to study it. You can see the movements of what's happened. You understand? And they was hunting humans for fun, yeah. And humans that did go into that part of the world were on their way out. They was gonna get extinct. And then what happened then, yeah, is a weird one, because not only was they killing them and eating them and that.
Go on.
They was breeding. They was interbreeding with them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you were.
So they was killing them and then hunting them and interbreeding with the women and killing them and all of this shit, yeah. But they had youths. And this is where you got the Cro-Magnon. Now what they say, this is what they say. Who knows the history, but the Cro-Magnon is another form of human. But this was the first, this is like the mixed race. This was the mix between the Neanderthal, the original Neanderthal, breeded with the original human, made the Cro-Magnon.
And it the Homo neanderthalis.
This is the name of the family. But the Cro-Magnon is a certain one.
Yeah.
So there's a certain branch, and what they say about this branch of the mix, yeah, they can't explain why, but what they do know is that this one turned on the Neanderthals.
Okay.
It was favorable to the humans, and then the Cro-Magnon started hunting down Neanderthals. What they started finding is all the Neanderthal settlements.
We need to leave that. We need to leave that. Let's bring it back though. The reason why I'm saying that is only because, yeah, like when it comes to our dietary, yeah, especially because we brought up, it's just that people think because we've been eating on, like for example, the West Indies, we've been eating on, or even up to even Africa, that like the cassava, certain grains that was introduced by the European, but because we've been, because we put it into our generational curse, we think it's an African thing. It still does us harm. It still attacks the body. So my point is that obviously it's going to cause mutations, the same way that we're adapted to drink milk. But then this is where it causes what we call lactose intolerant. yeah, lactase intolerant, where our body can't produce. A lot of people body can't produce a lot of lactase enzymes, for us to absorb it. So you can find that there is some mutations, and like you said, certain species like the Caucasoid, they can drink more, and they can produce more lactase than the African. That's why you find more lactose intolerant in Africans. So we understand that, but my point is, it still doesn't change the fact that it still attacks your body, and that's
fundamentally not good for us. And anyway, that was the other day. In terms of the change, the evolution of a species to accept a whole new form of food that it wasn't used to, 500 years isn't enough time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still just as bad as first as it ever was, basically.
What,
in terms of that question, that's not in 500 years.
No. Well, with the milk thing, that's around. With the milk thing, there was a mutation in the gene, which was the SL something gene. I can't remember what name gene. That was tens of thousands. That was tens of thousands of years.
So with the milk, this is longer than European slavery, So this is way before Europeans even existed, and even still then, the change is slow.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Still, even with that thousands of years of dealing with milk, still the vast majority of Africans are lactose intolerant.
Yes.
Because this is how slow the thing goes.
And it still attacks process. And it still attacks the body in multiple ways.
Yeah,
cause
it's still bad
cancer in multiple ways. Yeah, no. I just want to get that out of the way because someone asked me that. You're right. So with the generational curse thing, with the elders now, because like I would consider myself as an elder, you know.
Yeah, but we're old now, bro.
Yeah,
we're old now, bro. We're elders, 100.
So,
say what it's doing now.
Do you think, huh?
Say what it's doing now. How are you doing that?
Doing what? What do you want it to do?
It's not really wide no more.
Yeah, not what? Nah, because I'm much. So yeah, if you want, much fit. See you, bro. Yeah, so. Yeah, boy. Nah, man.
You see what? Go on.
Yeah, with this generation.
I got on my wall. Look at this timeline. This thing is 30, fam. Yeah. Just tell me if you can see it, yeah?
Yep.
Like, I've got this off some American dons, yeah? This goes all the way back to, look here, 6 millennium BC. Look, man was doing maths. Fucking 35,000.
3,500 BC, you mean? Yeah, with the, what you talking about, the thingy bone that they found all the way in South Africa that predates that.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Just
like, and then when you want to talk about religion, what you man was talking about,
kill off
a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because this is, I just want to make this one point, yeah.
Jeez.
You got the pyramids, yeah. The pyramids were made here, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 21s. Look, that's like 21,000 BC.
Yep.
Look at the timeline, yeah.
Yep.
And then all the way over here somewhere.
Yep.
Look here, you got Hebrews and Abraham.
Okay.
Yeah? All of these man.
Oh, you're breaking up, brother. What happened there? When we start kicking some real shit, boy.
Closing. The screen keeps closing. The people, them, of the Abrahamic faiths say that the people of this religion that come around 1750, Abraham comes 1750, Judaism is 1530, built the pyramids that were in fucking 2100 BC.
Yeah.
How does that even make sense, bro?
Nah.
How are people from this period go back in time and were slaves in this period? This is the simple question I put to enough of them, yeah, and like, bro, they're ducking and weaving, fam.
Yeah, boy. They don't want that smoke, boy. They don't want that smoke, boy. Boy, that's what I'm saying, boy.
They're ducking and weaving, fam. But I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, of course.
Timeline, it's proper, fam, and this is the type of thing all our youth them should have this timeline in their yard, fam.
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna get out of school. You're never gonna get out of school, fam.
What I'm trying to say to you, bro. You have to go to certain people. You gotta be in a certain environment to learn these sorts of things and be on a certain path that man like us are on, innit? That's just what it is, innit?
So how are we gonna push this to the youth, bro? Cause we know we're about solutions, bro.
I've got a plan, fam, but like I've pushed it to a few teachers and they're not really backing it, yeah? I've already started work on it, but I'll drop it in here because there's only a few people in here. Man's gonna make a Black History Month curriculum. I know that sounds mad, like, oh, Black History Month, why do you only study for a month? Nah, cause you're look at it another way. We have a month where our youths are in school, right? They're in there already and they're hearing it's Black History Month. So their mind's already switched on it. and then we want to complain that these guys ain't gonna teach them right. Why would they teach them right? How can they teach them right? They don't even know right to teach right. So what the fuck? How do you expect them to teach them right? We take that.
You have to do that. That's what I'm trying to say, fam. This is what I'm trying to say, fam.
So we do that. So man's making 12 hours for every year group. Every year group has a specific 12 hours, 3 hours for every week of the 4 weeks. And then you give them these gems here. Now, it's not like you can cover everything, but you can cover a lot, fam. And the wickedest thing, all the information is there. We all have Merlin's book in our hand. You just type in something, it will tell you answers, fam. Man's just going to collate the information in a nice, comfortable way. So every Black History Month, they can learn all these rare facts that man only figured out when I was in my 30s and that, fam. You understand?
When are you planning to do this, though? Or where? Or how?
I've been working on it for a year, fam. It's hard. I'm doing it on my own. I try to get teachers involved. You see, the thing about making a curriculum, it's actually really hard. It takes mad long.
Facts. Because do you even have to go in that deep where we need to even get teachers? Because
it's not even about
because we got the books, we got the teachers to help.
No, bruv, you sound like me. When I come up with this idea, I thought it would be quick. Yeah, but you've still got to formulate the structure and then create all the materials and then put it together. The hardest thing is the little ones, because the little ones, you can't just give them information. You've got to put them in activities forms. I want to put it online, and it will just be an online library. It's like 144 hours. It's 144 hours, bro, of education. You hear me? 100. So man's got to collate it and make it all seamless, make sense, whilst entertaining the little ones. And I don't want it to just be shit. I don't want it to just be just read. Do you feel me? So when I realized all that, it actually takes a bit longer. And I'm just a guy. I'm not even a teacher. I'm just one guy. I was doing it with a sister, but me and her don't really chat no more. So now it's just me doing it. It takes time. I try to get teachers involved. They don't really know what to do either. Bro. It's like the European way.
Match. You know what we do? How deep are you trying to go? Are you talking deep, like getting a classroom set up, if this is able to be tangible and solid? Yeah. And man will just come through and teach, bro. Do you know what it is? If you have the curriculum there, it's about the execution. And
I'm with you.
As I've seen you lot on Eazi's platform and vice versa, fam, you man both have voices, innit? So you have to remember, bro, it's a thing where the audience is just different, fam. That's what
I'm
it
with
really
you.
is.
So this is literally how man's trying to do it, yeah? There's 4 weeks in the month.
Yeah.
There's 3 hours for the week.
Yeah.
The 4 weeks are broken up into 4. Like the first one is the beginnings of African history and culture. The second one is the influence of Black history and culture. The third week is the losses of Black history and culture. The fourth week is about the wins of Black history and culture. That way you can crisscross future, past, middle for every year group. It's not a linear thought pattern, you feel me? You can crisscross throughout all the ages for every year group. Naturally, the goal is to get them to a certain point by the time they're 16. So the idea is, if all they did was follow this out, by the time they're 16, they're basically like Malcolm X. You feel me? Just with these 12 hours a day, they would have certain gems. That's the goal. So it's simply about giving them context, age-relevant context. The 5-year-old gets age-relevant context. He gets certain understandings. Terms like a saw and the Saurian myth get kind of introduced. You understand? The idea that a West Indian and African ain't no different. Man just got on a boat and went over there by force. When a man like Eazi says that, I had to do my thing to find out I'm from Africa and all them thing there. This shouldn't be what man have to do, fam. Cause what do you mean? Where else was you from? What do you mean? Do you know how you got over there in the first place? Are you mad? Do you get what I mean? Not like Eazi, are you mad? But the idea that a man from Brazil has to go and check if he's from Africa or
but you know what, with this genetics, I think we all know, well, the people the people that do it, they do know. That's the reason why they're encouraged. They just want to know exactly where. And then
even more so, the simple logic that the likelihood of you being from West Africa and from all that region is like 80%. You're like 80%.
Yeah, of course.
You don't need no test to tell you that.
No, but
pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
No, but like understanding,
Africa, I mean the whole of it, fam.
Understanding that, for example, now me doing my genetics, this is how it benefit me. Because I already know that I'm from Africa. But the thing is, how it benefit me is now, because my percentages is half Nigerian and then half Benin and Togo, yeah, half Benin and Togo, yeah, and then Benin and Togo, it's got a mad history, bro. I got the book about the history of the Dahomey people and the Amazon, the Amazon warlords, the female soldiers, how that the Black Panthers have copied, you know, how the black bull-headed lady soldiers that came from the Dahomey, you know what I mean, and the book of the Dahomey history. That's what the genetics done for me. It enlightened me of how I even got onto those boats and what part of Africa and all of that. So it kind of broke it down for me to understand clearly. So it's not with the fact that, it ain't really the fact that, oh man, I'm black, man don't know I'm from Africa. It's about going further with the research. Because now, for me now, I can go back to Benin and Togo and shall go through the slave dungeon. And then now I know that that's my genetics. So now when I go past the gates of no return, I can at least be more confident of that this is where my ancestors actually went. And what and got so it's deep. It's deep shit when they do your genetics.
No, I'm fully with you. Three things. Three things, yeah. One, places like Nigeria, that was made up the other day. The idea of the nation Nigeria. Do you get what I mean? That was made by force. These cunts drew up some borders.
Yeah, of course.
Nigeria. Two, Africans, we move like to fuck, fam.
Yeah.
So even though they're saying your thing links you to Benin and that's based on the people that are there now. But bruv, trust me, we are all, even me, even though my people have been where we've been there for a long time, man's from all over Africa, fam. Just try and know.
Yeah,
we moved all over the place.
I agree.
You understand?
I agree with that.
It just is. Your closest link might be from a direct place over there, but that thing ain't going to be as specific as you would want it to be.
No, it's not. It's not.
The whole region.
There is some ones that can go different. A little bit more directly to a specific people. That's not what I done. But like I said, as soon as I got the region, I done my histories. I done my histories. I know about the wars that was going on with the Fon people and the Yorubas, yeah, and the kingdom empire of Benin. I know about that now. You know what I mean? So like you said, Nigeria was carved up by the European, of course, but now I looked into the fact of they had empires, and them empires was had Pacific I won't say tribal, but groups that were all related by genetics. Yes, of course. So
they're all related.
Yeah, of course,
that's
of course.
What I'm getting
but
at.
no, I agree with it. But by doing those genetics, it had me deeping into knowing some deep history. So the Benin, so that's why it's so lovely for people, especially from the West Indies, need to do that, because we all the people that are.
So what if now?
Go on.
What if now, when you was growing up, before you ever done the genetics,
a
man just told you, right, you know, chances are you're from this area, and you know there's these people, where they're all blood. Their language is linked like this. Them man talk this language, them man talk this language, but they have the same root language. Them man dress like that, them man dress like that. They have the same root, the reason why they dress like that. You know, them man believe this and them man believe in that. But you know, that really relates to this other belief, which really relates to the other belief, which they all believe. And this was already explained to you when you was 7.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. Is more
of course. No,
understanding. So when we get the specifics, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But the big picture.
Breaking the generation.
Everyone wants to know the individual. I don't really trust them DNA things. I just don't care. I don't even think it's that important. I think more important is the big picture, that we all understand that fundamentally, if we go from West Africa to East Africa to South Africa, if you go back far enough, you will find studies have been shown, linguistics have shown, it's fundamentally all one language variated. Fundamentally, it's all one form of thinking that's been varied.
Yeah, okay.
With time, with movement of people. So what we just have to remember is Ubuntu. At the same time, we just one people. We just one. It's just one big myth that there's specifics.
But that's the thing, we don't understand
there's a
that.
level of specifics.
We don't know about Ubuntu though.
Fam.
Ubuntu
teaching me now.
Is means
there's just one, but I am because you are.
But where's that from though? Where's that from?
This is a West African thing. It's a Khan word.
Okay.
But this is an African mentality.
Okay.
It's an Khan word, but it's an African mentality.
Yeah, brother.
You gotta understand, this is the mentality that goes throughout African culture from the beginning. This is the point I'm getting at.
Bro, match, we don't have that. That's what we need to have. If we implement if we implement that within the curriculum, upon that,
You just hit the nail on the
You
head.
get?
Yeah, but then
You just so
Yeah.
this is the secret. This is the secret subliminal. Man's trying to.
This is
Man's
Ubuntu.
trying
This is what I'm trying to
input into
tell
the
you.
curriculum.
This is
That's
Ubuntu,
the
fam.
subliminal.
bro, we're talking about solution. This is summertime coming soon, bro. Like I know that at the moment we're thinking like school curriculums and finding teachers. We should, me, you, cause I know Match Fit is serious. Bro, we need to come down and one summer day take it to a park or something. We need to do something. But Eazi's gonna, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna do a CMOS giveaway. I'm gonna do a CMOS giveaway. I'm gonna come down with small little bottles of CMOS water, and I'm gonna take my board straight into Stratford, and you're gonna listen to me kick health. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give away free CMOS. You know, so we need to just make things tangible. We need to do something. Sam?
No, I'm with you, yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, what I'm saying is what's needed, yeah. Remember, I seen the other day organization.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, what's his name? Dr. Umar Johnson's always saying it. Whether he does it in the end, he's right. Institutions. The reason I'm going for this curriculum, because what we need is something. What you talking about is tangible in the sense that it's there for good. It's good that you pop up for one day and do something for one day.
Match Fit, you're gonna have to go. Match Fit is
the next day.
Match Fit is that hour again. I'm gonna have to come off and come back on again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Family, I'm going.
Oh yeah, and then yeah. Thing is gone as well, so I'm gonna slide. I'm Real Pain is gone. Shout out before you go. You got 8 minutes to shout out the thing.
Come on, man. Real Pain _LMB,
brother.
man. You
Come on,
already know
brother.
the thing, man. Yeah.
Look up the team, man. Go.
Yeah.
Go
I told you.
Yeah. Nah. GoPro is still popping, bro.
Locked it up as over. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Breaking generational curses. These man tried to skirt past the situation. When the Match Fit just led man on a little way, Eazi said, yeah, got that. He man kind of fell off for a second. But
who's that?
He was back on track still.
Yeah.
But I took
Boy, bro.
His digestive system and all that.
Well, that's how it goes, boy. Fucking deep shit, man.
All of it's linked, innit? So.
Yeah, boy. I don't know how Eazi's gonna chop it up, but there's a lot of footage right there, man. I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm getting a footage thing on the way back with Match Fit still. So Eazi, yeah, man. You know, keep Real Pain doing his thing. You know, he's going to get his money now. So work and get his more money now. So Eazi's gonna head back, and then hopefully I'm gonna see if I can just go live again. So you can catch me live when I speak with Match Fit live still while I drive, boy. Yeah, boy. So blessings, blessed about